Hi, I'm Dr. Kulreet Chaudhary, and I'm back answering your questions. Our question today is I'm pregnant. Great news, right? However, I suffer from pretty consistent nausea, and I'm wondering if you have any recommendations for me. All right, so morning sickness is a common condition worldwide, and I would have to say it connects probably mothers to be everywhere. And fortunately, in Ayurveda, they have a dedicated section on morning sickness. So we're going to go over some of those recommendations. Now, morning sickness is considered to be caused by high levels of HCG, which goes up during pregnancy, as well as high levels of estrogen and changes in the immune system that are unique to pregnancy. From an Ayurvedic standpoint, all of those changes result in impaired digestion and the associated accumulation of toxins, which is what the morning sickness is responding to. Now, once this deterioration or this clogging of the digestive system happens in pregnancy, you can sometimes have a vata imbalance associated with it, or a pitta imbalance, or a kapha imbalance. You can have any one of the three doshas. But the main thing is normalizing the digestive system and fixing Agni, or the digestive fire. Now, if you happen to know which dosha imbalance is accompanying your morning sickness, by all means, follow the specific diet for balancing that dosha. That will absolutely help. If you do not, I'm going to give some general recommendations as to what you can do. So let's begin. So, first, we're going to start with a list of general recommendations to help to reduce morning sickness. First, eat small quantities of food rather than large amounts. Next, eat in a settled environment. This helps to improve digestion. Avoid spicy and oily foods. Spicy and oily foods in particular can really aggravate morning sickness. Avoid foods that are cold or beverages that are cold or foods that are raw. This can also be more difficult to digest. Avoid processed foods and try to cook fresh foods as often as possible because these tend to be much easier to digest. Avoid microwaving your food. Microwaving your food tends to change food in a way that makes them more difficult for your digestive system to break down. And so this will also increase your morning sickness. Avoid substances like caffeine, tobacco, and alcohol, which of course are general recommendations for pregnancy, but they also really help to reduce morning sickness when you reduce these items from your routine. And finally, sleep plays a huge role in morning sickness. And so going to sleep before 10 p.m. and waking up before 6 a.m. will also help to reduce the amount of morning sickness that you're experiencing. Next, there's certain spices that you can cook with, which will also help to improve digestion and therefore reduce the nausea associated with pregnancy. Things like ginger, cumin, fennel, turmeric. All of these spices are healing to the digestive system and actually help to break down ama. So incorporate them into your foods as often as possible. Finally, there's a home remedy that I recommend that helps with nausea when you're pregnant or even just outside of pregnancy. So it's something that you should always have on hand if anybody in the household is experiencing nausea. It's a very simple recipe. Simply take half a teaspoon of ginger juice, combine it with half a teaspoon of lemon and half a teaspoon of honey, and then mix with warm water. It's important to use warm water and not hot water because we never want to add hot water to honey. So if the water is comfortable enough to touch, then you know that it's not too hot. You can take this mixture on an empty stomach 1 to 2 times a day, and this should help reduce the morning sickness over time. Now, this is such a great tonic for removing digestive toxins that you can do this on a daily basis first thing in the morning, just as a way to help aid your digestive system. There are several Ayurvedic herbs that we use specifically to treat morning sickness in pregnancy, but these should be prescribed under the discretion of an Ayurvedic health practitioner and not used on your own. These are really medical herbs, and so therefore it requires a little bit more guidance. But I promise you that if you use all of these recommendations and also use my homemade herbal preparation for reducing morning sickness, you will have improvement. Pregnancy should be a wonderful time, and morning sickness can really get in the way. So, using these things when you're experiencing it will help you to kind of return to the joyful aspects of being pregnant, which is anticipating the growth of your family. I'm Dr. Kulreet Chaudhary, wishing you health and happiness.